Oh. Fuck. Oh. Oh. Oh, my right arm feels like it got kicked by a donkey. Why did you and Pete name it the Black Mamba?
Oh, I don't even know. Oh yeah, I think we named it because it's long and hard, and we wanted to leave that interpretation to the viewer, to the partaker. Maybe they'll understand it and the context of maybe mine and Pete's humour. The White Rim is probably the world's best destination for roof crack climbing, and it's down in Canyonlands in Utah, and I would say it's maybe one of the more inaccessible places that I've ever climbed as well, so it feels like true wilderness.
Black Mamba is a 50-meter roof crack that requires skills of all the sizes. The difficulty of it comes from the thin cruxes where your feet suck, you can't really get your toes in very well. The crack undulates, so it'll pinch down and be really awkward, and you can't get your full hands in, so you're having to have crappy feet and hang off of ring locks or finger jams. So combining the length of the route with those thin technical cruxes into some invert offwidthing is really what makes Black Mamba pack a punch.
It goes through all the sizes, but it's very much that kind of monster journey of so much horizontal roof climbing, but you've got to climb some quite hard moves, but you've also got to have the endurance to just work that hard for that long, and you don't have an easy ride right at the end, so it's all in from start to finish, and that produces a pretty challenging climb down there. Definitely one of the very hardest things down the White Rim.
So I have backcountry permits for camping at Black Mamba for 2 weeks. My current plan is to go down there, work the boulder problems, work on having fitness for the route, and then hopefully sending it by the time my permits end. When I first got down there, the route was super dirty. I think the biggest thing about how dirty Black Mamba was for me was how many spiders there were in there. Oh, that one looks nicky.
That's a wolf spider.
It's a wolf spider? Are they poisonous? Let's get out of there! There was a lot of choss, there's a lot of flakes on the right next to the crack, so when you would put your feet or hands there, the pieces would fall into your eye. And then I saw this old clip of Tom cleaning the route. He just had a pair of pants. And he was just scrubbing the crack with a pair of pants. So it kind of explained how much cleaning I had to do in order to get the sand from not falling into my eyes so much. The White Rim is super cool because you can actually see the routes when you hike in, and you can walk on top of them. You have to climb underneath and then come back up top. This thing is super long, and it's fun to walk the top of it. And the start's right here, all the way back here. This is the start, hands, cups, and fists. This is the offwidth pod. You just deep hand jam in it. This is the start of crux number 1. Crux number 1 ends here. Crux number 2 starts here. Ends here. Deep fists. Crux number 3 starts here and ends here. Then we have hands and fists. Then we have an offwidth.
And what's up with that offwidth?
You go from fists, then hands, invert into the offwidth, chicken wings, arm bars, squeeze, then a hard lip move at the end. I think what really makes Black Mamba special and cool is that you just get to enjoy the rock climbing. For a lot of it, it's a boulder problem, so you just get to be in this flow and just climb. And then you end up having to deal with some faff near the end by roping up and placing gear and all that stuff. But for a lot of the route, you just get to enjoy the rock climbing, and I think that's like a really cool experience. It's kind of the best of both worlds. That burn was really good. Fell off that move. It's hard, but you know, that's my stopping point for sure. That's the spot that if I can make it through, I know that it's on. It's just so hard to do that last thin crux at 40 meters. You're just tired. The third thin crux, this one right here, this is the limit right here, and I get a finger lock, and I just pull sideways on that finger lock and reach and get a ring lock. And that ring lock is so insecure and likely just to pop off. It's complete luck if I pull that move. And from there I can get a thin hand jam and then a hand jam and get my feet forward. This move, if I pull this from the start, I know I can send this rock climb. Just a matter of when. I fell off the ending. When I actually pulled the last thin crux the first time from the back, I fell at the lip at Black Mamba. Because I hadn't bothered to work the offwidth.
The lip is very definitely a crux and not simple at all. Like, I had to practice that lip turn quite a few times to make it reliable, even when you've climbed 30 foot of roof into it, let alone 150 foot of roof into it. The Angry Pirate finish is such a tricky piece of climbing. One of the indicators that we had that we were in just the right spot in terms of squeezing a hip in or how deep you were going into the crack was that you would start to lose your pants as you were shuffling along the route. So we ended up with this really funny thing that if you saw the other climber starting to have his sort of pant line get dragged down as he was on redpoint, you would think, oh yeah, it's in, there's a chance now. And you kind of would feel that yourself, and you'd feel the kind of grating against the rock as your pants were falling down. And me and people, this funny photo of us kind of at the top of the crag, and I think me or him have got this massive hole that's worn in the boxer shorts that we're wearing for it, and a scrape on our ass from going along the route. And yeah, that was definitely an unusual tactic and marker of success for that route.
I was just like, if I can make it past that last thin crux, then I got the route. I was totally banking on my offwidth experience to just get me through because I just didn't want to climb the offwidth. Mamba, I was just like, this thing is so cool, so wonderful, so many green flags, and I completely ignored the offwidth. I was just ignoring the giant red flag at the end, like, nope, I don't want to think about it. I don't want to do it. I'll just figure it out when I get there. So, yeah, that's why I fell off of it. So I have permits for Black Mamba for the next 2 weeks. It's a very protected, regulated wilderness area. You have to have permits for backcountry overnight camping, camping in campgrounds, and even day use, just to drive in on the road. There's a lot of regulations that you have to follow down there to protect access for climbing. So hopefully I can just do Black Mamba in the next 2 weeks so I don't have to get more permits. This shit.
Me your toes.
These are the perfect shoes for
Mary,
this
not
route.
for free.
Not for free. Okay, are we ready?
Yeah.
It's on! So the offwidth finish of Black Mamba is called the Angry Pirate finish. It's rated 13B. It's 9 inches, about 40 feet long, and you get into it by inverting, and then you have to just horizontally trench your way across with tight chicken wings, arm bars, and just misery until you can top out. Oh, I'm definitely fucking tired. Fuck. Oh. Oh, my right arm feels like it got kicked by a donkey. Have you ever been kicked in the shoulder by a small donkey with mean hooves? That's what this feels like.
Nice.
Thanks.
The other thing that I think is really important about Mary's role in the climbing in this area and the White Rim in particular is she's really leading that opening up of the sort of the doors into the White Rim for the next generation of climbers. Mary is a local here and she has friends who go down there and climb with her, and I think that's really exciting to see that generation of not just one or two people being impacted and influenced by this area, but multiples, because I think that then leads to the repeats of the routes and then just establishing more things down there, because the opportunity and the ability to do new stuff down there is almost unlimited. It's a really cool area. I'm really excited to see what gets done over the next 10 years.